So I'm going to start recording because I'm going to put this up for my online classes so you guys can all say hi. Justin. And then I'll introduce our guest speaker here in a minute. Okay. So at this time I'd like to invite Jackie Woltz up. She is a former student. She was in my internship class, which she really didn't have to come to class. She was lucky. She just had to do her intern and talk to me sometimes. But she is an expert at social media, I think, and that's why I invited her here, because I think she has a lot of good advice. Your book doesn't even cover a lot of these things, and since she's got great experience and she's in the marketing field now and wants to continue into that, I just thought it'd be fun to have a former student who's doing a great job.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Jackie, and I graduated from ACC last semester. I was in municipal courts class, and the internship that I was set up with there actually led to a marketing position that I'm getting paid to do now. So it's been very exciting. I put together kind of a very basic PowerPoint for you today, just because I think what we'll talk about and what I'll show you up on the screen here will probably be more beneficial than looking at a bunch of words on PowerPoint. Not to say ignore it, because there is some good info in there, but we'll just make it kind of a discussion. Okay. So why market using social media? The most important thing is there are 1 million business websites on there, or websites that you can list your business for free. So anytime someone is Googling for your specific product or service, if you are listed on these and didn't have to pay any money, it brings a client to you. So you're building money, you're getting exposure out there, and you're not having to pay for it. Social media is great for updating any content on there. Sending out a tweet or Facebook post is a lot more fun for your client base to read than going onto your website and trying to dig up new information all the time. So that leads into sending alerts and updates quickly. You can post photos, which I like to do, motivational quotes. You can link any videos in from YouTube on there, do trivia or polls, just anything to really engage your client base and keep them coming back to your social media site. Kind of touched on it's easier to find information than going through a full site, and then doing those fun activities really gets people checking your site more often, which is going to lead to more popular rankings on the Google homepage. Do you know what those rankings are called, anyone? Huh? Yeah, you can find it through Alexa. We're actually going to talk about that. So search engine optimization, good job, is a great way, is what everyone should strive for. I guess we'll cover more of that in a minute. So how it's going to grow your business. Well, the more popular your websites are and the more often your name is out on the internet, the higher you're going to rank on those Google search pages. So you'll gain larger audiences through likes and tweets, and there's a few differences between having a Facebook page and a Twitter page. Personally, I think it's easier to gain followers on Twitter. You are very limited with how many characters you can have up there, but after I gave this presentation in the last class, we were kind of talking about having a Facebook page for businesses to like. And really the people who benefit by having fan pages on Facebook are sports teams and celebrities. I feel like people going through the Twitter feed don't necessarily want to like a page just because they feel like at that point they're going to get spammed with a whole bunch of information from your business. But not to say you shouldn't have it up there, because I'm sure more of you are on Facebook than on Twitter. Is anyone on Twitter in here? A couple of you?
I have one, but I haven't been on it since I made it.
Okay, it's very fun. I'll show you some fun ways to use it. I'm addicted to Twitter. Let's see, how else it'll grow your business? Oh, also a great thing about social media is you can have clients post reviews, or you can have open forums on your social media. This way you're hearing directly from the buyer what they're hoping to get out of your product or service. It's also a great idea to go on competitor sites and take a look at that information, because because then instead of having to bribe them or off them, you can gently guide the customer your way.
That's Brian.
to your business.
You can use that in your competitor analysis.
Yeah.
Wiped out all the competition.
All right. So where to start? The two, obviously, most important, Facebook or Twitter. I've said them a couple times now. Blogging is really important. WordPress.com and Blogspot.com are both free sites. They're really easy to use. You do gain followers from there, and then on your main business website, you can link your blog from WordPress or Blogspot back into that main website. I'm going to come back to blogging once we talk about how it helps you rank on Google. But here's a few sites where you can list for free. So I think it's really important to get your business posted on MapQuest, because you don't have to type specific businesses in there. You can say, I'm looking for this kind of restaurant in this area, and MapQuest will pull it up for you. So make sure they know about your business. Obviously, excuse me. Obviously, Yellow Pages is really important. Dex knows, Yelp, Yahoo local listing. There's something called Hot Frog. I'm actually going to get a list of these places to Miss LaForte that she can get out to everyone. But there are a ton of free sites that you can get your business name on there.
What is Dex Knows?
Oh yeah, Dex knows. And places like that are great too, because then people can leave reviews about your business. So obviously you want it to be positive information, but you know, having real people see that other people have used your product or service and leave a positive review on there, it's going to be encouraging for that person to call your business and go ahead and hire you. Okay, so now that you get listed, you have to get an audience and keep them engaged. With Twitter, you can only put 140 characters on there, so you really can't overwhelm your followers on that. With Facebook, you know, you can send it to your friends and your family, have them like your page, and then suggest it to their friends and family to like the page as well, so that's a great snowball effect in growing your business. But just keep content light and make it fun. Like I said, it doesn't always have to be a shout out to your business. You're going to want to go ahead and comment on people who are following you. You're going to want to have that interaction with them. So like their posts, go on their wall, give some of their input too, so they know that you're taking the time to look at what they're doing as well. It's not just a one-sided relationship. The polls are great for engaging activity from your followers. And I also think it's fun to put a little bit of personal information about yourself up on the business, just because people like to know who they're working with. You know, put your picture up. They like to put a face to the name. Just try to limit what kind of personal stuff goes on there. You know, it's political season. You don't need to endorse one candidate or take another one down or anything like that. So just make it fun. Okay, here's the Alexa that he was talking about. This is how to track your progress on any websites that you're on. So the website is alexa.com, and up in this bar, excuse me, you can type in your business website address or your social media ones, and it lets you know where you rank in the nation, where you rank in your industry, what keywords Google uses to pull viewers to your website. So it's great for knowing why your website is successful. Again, with the competitors, it's also great to plug in your competitors' information and see what keywords is coming up on their sites that you can incorporate that you're not using on your sites as well. So it's www.alexa.com. And that's a great website, and it's free to use. Okay, everything we've discussed ties into being found on Google and having a successful website and one that's easy to find. And there's different ways to get on Google. So in this box of yellow, and I was just searching for colleges in Colorado. So in this box in yellow, these two websites, Denver Colorado College and Colleges in Colorado, paid to show at the top of the Google website on there. And then you can see under this ad section, all of those colleges also paid to show on the first and highest position on the Google website. And you can do this organically. So our organic listing starts here, and list of universities of colleges in Colorado. They got up there because they have a website that is popular. People are viewing it often, they have a lot of hot keywords in there, and so that's called an organic rating. So they're showing up on the first page of Google, not having to pay, and more than likely, people are going to start selecting these businesses to research and review and hopefully start doing their buying with. So having your name out there in popular websites that people keep coming back to is so important, because then you don't have to pay and you're still able to get your name out there in really good spots. And then the Google AdWords that you were talking about, that's what these two businesses are. So every time someone clicks on one of those businesses, the business is charged, like say $1 per click. So if someone accidentally goes on there, clicks it, and then escapes, they're still charged that $1. So that's why you don't want to be advertising on Google. You just want a really solid website to get your name out there. Okay, so just make it your own. There's not a specific formula, what you do need to do, what you don't need to do to make social media work for you. You just have to be doing it, really. I kind of covered really all of this, but just have fun and keep people drawn in to your social media sites. Ask for their opinions, provide feedback, show those reviews out there. Anything that you can do, that you can post, I think you should. There's a few differences between like the Facebook content and the Twitter content. With Twitter, you can't really overshare too much. People joke that you wake up and you say what time your alarm went off and what you're gonna have for breakfast and the kind of shampoo that you use. Like, they post everything on Twitter. You don't need to get that specific, but you really can't overwhelm anybody on Twitter. Facebook, I think, is a little different, and that's why I think if you are a business setting up a Facebook site, you should really put yourself as a person so you can add friends rather than a business who's trying to gain likes. It's really hard for those businesses to gain likes. Like I said, I think it's because people who are reading your feed are afraid that you're going to spam them with information all about the business. But there's pros and cons to each of them. But just make it fun and interact with everyone. You know, be informational, and it'll work for you. It really will. Okay. So that's the end of the PowerPoint. Did you want me to go through a few of those social sites that we set up?
Or talk a little about you're working part-time for now and what you've done for them, maybe.
Okay. So Savvy Travel Gal is the company who I was interning with when I was in this class. And after I graduated, she had called me maybe 3 months later to thank me for the work that I did with her. And she also let me know she was pretty happy with the growth that she saw in her business. So she did ask me to come on and market for her and get paid for it. So that was really exciting. We are in the middle of converting her Facebook page. So she was a business page. She has likes on there, but we've made her a person now rather than a business. And I'm only linked on through her, but you can see like, mutual friends and things like that. So some things that you're going to want to post on Facebook. Obviously, you're going to want to have your logo, which is very important for branding.
But can I ask a question,
Sure.
Jody? So why did she switch from a business Facebook to a personal?
It's just very hard to get people to like
Businesses?
the business.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a lot of
that's
work. A
interesting.
lot of times your friends or family might not want to send out the suggestion because they don't want to feel like they're pushing something onto someone else.
Okay.
So having it set up as a friend just makes it feel more personal.
Huh. Okay.
From what we found anyways in this specific example. All right.
Jack, and the Jack is the one who set up his. Jack, what do you have on your Facebook
I
page?
have a business page Facebook. So, and what? Yeah, sure.
Pull it up.
If you want to pull it up. NEU and then clothing. There it is.
Oh, you have a lot of likes.
Yeah. I haven't found an issue with people finding the page.
Okay.
It's getting people to like the content more.
Okay. So what are things that you typically post about?
Well, like we just we're doing like a couple of shows this weekend, so like that's what I've been posting about, and if you keep scrolling down, it's like new design ideas.